Namaste, beautiful souls. Welcome to the Blooming Lotus Healing channel. My name is Jikara, and I'm a spiritual healing facilitator. If this is your first time here with me and with us, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel so that you can continue receiving um, or being uh, blah, blah, blah. I can't speak today. So that you can continue receiving information and the videos from this channel. And before we get started today, I wanted to take a moment to thank my supporters, those who are part of the Cosmic Light Activation membership. I want to just thank each one of you for being part of the membership. Your support really means so much to me. And for those of you who don't know, this membership is basically including a clearing every month. It's a collective clearing that I do every month. Plus, we also share in a little bit of a Telegram group that is private. And I share also some collective readings there as well every week. So if you want to join, if you're interested in joining, you're more than welcome to sign up for my email list. Right now, I don't have it open because I'm the only one, managing the group. So, but if you are interested in receiving this information about when this is going to come up or any other of the events that I have coming up, then I want to invite you to go to the bloominglotushealing.com and just sign up for my email list. So I also want to invite you to share and like this video so that way the algorithm knows that this is something that people need to receive or talk about or come in. And if you're on Facebook, make sure that you click on the link at the bottom of the description so that when you are commenting, I can see your name. Otherwise, I won't be able to see your name when you comment. And then, make sure that you hit that love button if you're on Facebook as well. Today I've been I woke up super early, so I'm kind of like a little off, but it's okay though. I'm here and I am so excited because we have a beautiful soul that's been coming in every single month talking about the chakras and crystals and how to use crystals to heal each one of the chakras. So today we're going to be talking about the throat chakra and is no one less than Dawn Marino who's coming in. If you're already following this channel, you already know who it is. So I'm super excited. She's coming in to share her knowledge. And we've got so much juicy information here coming in, and I cannot wait for y'all to receive all of this. So please make sure that you share this video on your Facebook or anywhere else, your friends, because this is going to be a really powerful conversation. So if you have been feeling like you can't speak your truth, or maybe you say what you mean, you don't say what you mean, or you don't mean what you say, or maybe you kind of feel like you're not in alignment with your truth, then this is really a powerful if from all of them. And I know that all of them are good, but I feel like this one is a really important one, especially because it's all about coming into that culmination, to that alignment with our truth. And when we heal from the root all the way to the throat, that's when, true healing comes. A lot of healing comes through expressing all of that. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking. Enough about me, and let me just go ahead and bring in my beautiful sister queen goddess, Dawn Marino.
Hi.
Hi, girl. Thank you so much for being
Hi.
here.
Thank
And
you.
I'm so excited. I just wanted to just thank you for, you've given us so much information and throughout all these months about the crystals and how to heal our chakras with the crystals. And I'm really excited about this particular one. I'm not like frowning on the other ones, but I feel like this has been one that I've had to work on a lot in my journey. And I wouldn't be here right now sharing and just being authentic if it wasn't because I worked on this. So thank you so much for coming in and sharing this. And hopefully today, people are able to receive this and able to move forward in their journey of expressing their truth. So So how are you feeling today?
Oh my God, I'm so excited. I actually am really excited about this one too. The throat chakra is a big one for me also. It's like a constant work in progress. So I'm very excited.
Yeah, and I feel that, one of the things that, at least for me, that I've experienced in my own path, is that a lot of the release and the purging that has happened for me, energetically, has been through the throat. So
Hmm.
um
Yes.
it's not a it's I've mentioned this before to you, and I've mentioned this on this channel before, that I have worked with Mother Ayahuasca, and also the sacred medicine of mushrooms. And I know that it has nothing to do with the crystal healing, but I did notice that a lot of the times when I was purging through, through the throat, and it was this need of like, sometimes even screaming or singing, or even like, expressing in some shape or form through my throat,
Hmm.
whatever pain or emotion that was happening, or that I was ready to release. So
Hmm.
it's really powerful to connect to the throat. There's something about it that it really just helps release. And
Yes.
so anyway, and that's my personal experience, but I'd love to hear about your experience about healing your throat chakra and that process for you.
Yeah, absolutely. It has been such an interesting process too, just discovering so much about myself and some of the reasons for blockages within it. Some of it is this life, some of it is past life, some of it is ancestral. So there's a lot going on there. And because this chakra has to do with speaking our truth, using our voice, being heard, it also has to do with our expression and the way that we express ourselves. And so a lot of our creativity is formed in our sacral chakra, but it comes up and out through the throat chakra. So you may have all these amazing creative ideas, but if you're having issues here, you might not be actually executing them or expressing them. And that's something that I have struggled with a lot. So it's one of those chakras where it's incredibly empowering to work on it. I find that the more that I work on it, the less I am upset about using my words or speaking my truth or using my voice or being heard. And it's part of connecting to having your boundaries and just using boundaries, standing up for yourself, speaking up for yourself. So it's been incredibly empowering working through issues here with the throat chakra.
Yeah, and I feel like, and of course, we know, we come from the understanding, that we've had experiences in both genders, right? We have incarnated in both genders.
Mm-hmm.
But there is, I feel, specifically, when we focus on women and the way that we've been silenced
Mm-hmm.
over generations. Let's say we connect to the ancestral lineage, but then we connect also to the side of our records, which would have the information on lifetimes that are not related to our lineage, but other places, other lineages that we did belong to in past lives. We, like you said, we carry that forward. And
Yes.
so a lot of times, we're in this beautiful time now where, we have the ability to talk about this openly, right? So
Yeah.
then, I feel like there's a huge process of healing that is happening for us, especially as women. And the
Mm-hmm.
majority of, I'm not discounting the men that come here too, but the majority of the people that come here are women. And I feel like that's a thing that really shows up for us, but for
Yes.
men too, right? Because if you can't express your emotions, right,
Yeah.
which is an issue, then that can be also a throat chakra issue as well.
Yeah.
So, voicing our truth is such an important aspect. And then also voicing our truth from a place of love, which I know I've struggled with that. Sometimes
Yeah.
I've gotten to the point where I get so angry, where I just like, I can't handle it anymore. And I just, it just comes out in like the most unloving ways. Uh,
Yeah. Same here.
okay, like, hey, listen, just because I have this channel and I'm doing healing work, doesn't mean that I'm not healing myself too. Like, I am also in that process. So And that I
Exactly.
feel is part of the throat chakra. It's part of balancing that throat
Mhm.
chakra energy.
Yeah.
And so, it's an ongoing thing. So I'm really passionate about this. And so I'm so excited. And so I kind of wanted to take a moment to say hello to everyone that's coming in here. We got some people. We got Jay Gonzalez. Hi Jay. Hi Jess Lopez. We have Zero, welcome. Erica, Betsy, Solva. Okay, Hannah. I recognize
Yeah.
I recognize you, Hannah. Jennifer, and yeah. So I'm so grateful that y'all are here, and hopefully you guys can really soak in this beautiful energy that we're sharing. And it's interesting. Erica is saying my everyday struggle is voicing my truth. So yeah, so you're in the right spot today. We're going to talk about that.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. And because the throat chakra is so connected to communication and the way that we communicate. And it's like the bridge between our heart and our head. So
Mm.
sometimes I know for me when it's blocked, it's hard for me to sort of bring my head down into my heart and feel that flow. So absolutely.
Yeah, that's incredible that you're saying that. I never thought about it that way, but yeah, that makes sense because, if you think about it, it's about the flow of the energy, right? So like
Mhm.
if the flow slows down here, then it's going to be hard to kind of continue going up, right? And the same
Yeah.
way from up down, right? Like if it slows
Yeah.
down, then it's going to be kind of hard. So it is, the throat
Yeah.
chakra is important. And not that all the chakras are important, but I feel that in our own experience as humans, where we get to have word and we get to have the expression through voice, which
Mhm.
there's there are other ways that other beings and other planets, other, without getting too woo here, express through telepathy, right? But we don't really do that. We are here and incarnated to use our voice. So it's like it's quite important for us. And that's one of the reasons why we really can ignite a lot of healing through it. So but yeah, so we've got a list of crystals. Well, Dawn brought, she hand curated, like specially curated a list of crystals for us to discuss.
Yeah.
And so I kind of wanted to just segue into that and let us know what is the first crystal that you want to mention.
Yes. So I sat with the crystals that I chose this morning and I channeled little messages from each of them, how everyone can work with them or how they will work with you on your throat chakra. And the first crystal I chose is turquoise. Turquoise is the color of our throat chakra. So when you're trying to do healing on the throat chakra, you can connect to that color to amplify your intention. So this is my piece of turquoise. My friend Siobhan actually got me this for my birthday a few years ago, and I love it so much. Turquoise is very powerful for the throat chakra. And when I connected, I'm going to put my glasses on because, again, my handwriting is not ideal. So, the message that I channeled from turquoise is space expansion. Time moves different when you work with me. Bring up the past to move forward. We dive in together. Allow me to push through to the other side. And the impression that I was given when working with turquoise from the stone is that it helps you to move beyond a place of limitation so that you can have that limitless abundance when you're doing your healing, like less lack. And it works to push through the barriers, your blockages, your traumas. It works to just sort of take you by the hand and go. So that was I felt very important for the throat healing, the throat chakra healing. And the other impression that I had working with it is that this is a crystal that when you really want to, as it says, dive in together, when you're really ready to do the work and ready to
Mhm.
handle what might come up for you, turquoise will be your support buddy for that.
Would you say that this is a good one to maybe use alongside with journaling? Maybe
Yes.
like if you need to do, because I don't know, for whatever reason, I felt like journaling would be good for this. Like, I don't know, like
Yeah.
when you're diving in with journaling and setting the intention to release.
Absolutely, absolutely, really good one for journaling. And when I do chakra healing, chakra balancing clearings in session, I often have different affirmations that come out when I get to the different chakras. And for the throat, one that might be good to journal with the turquoise is, my voice is powerful. And really feeling into that and what it feels like for your voice to be powerful, your words, what you speak, what you say. So when you're working with the crystals and you're doing the journaling, you can think of things that resonate with you and where you're at. Another one I like to use is, I always speak my truth, or my voice
Mm.
is always heard. So you can absolutely sit with turquoise with your journaling and use that energy to help propel you forward.
Yeah, that's powerful.
Yeah.
And turquoise is so, it's so such a common stone in at least on the west side of the country, right? Like it's like such a, beautiful stone, and I love the way it looks and the
Yeah.
way it feels too.
Yeah.
It's very, to me it feels like it feels calming, but
Hmm.
I can see how it also feels. It's kind of like those both, like, it's calming, but at the same time it's doing some work there.
Yeah.
It's just like nice and gentle. At least on my end. How has it been on your end, when you work with it?
Yeah, absolutely. There is definitely a gentleness there. It turquoise gets down to business, but it's still soft.
Yeah. I love how you say it's like, we're gonna get down to business, but we're gonna do this nicely.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that so much. So, and then we have Jess. Jess Lopez is saying this week she's been working with the sacred turquoise medicine, and she has
Mm,
hers on her throat right now. Oh, that's
I
beautiful.
love that. I love
Yeah,
that.
you're connected. You're connected to Dawn today.
I know, right? Well,
That's
and
incredible.
it's funny because there's a lot, it's because I'm always working on my throat chakra. There are a lot of different crystals, and if you don't have it in a necklace form, sometimes I'll put it on my throat chakra and then like lightly wrap a scarf around to hold it in place, so that you have the energy there, and nobody even knows you're walking around with a little crystal tucked in. But yeah, I love that you have it on your throat right now.
Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah. So we have another one coming up, another crystal.
Oh, yes. So this one is called Appetite. And this is a really, what I
I'm
love
gonna
about
bring
this
it in.
crystal is that it's more like that slow and steady wins the race kind of energy. Um, and so when I sat with this crystal this morning, the message that I channeled, and the way that it spoke, so to speak, it said, "Patience, darling, be mindful and aware. Consumption, moderation. We are working at a steady pace. This is not a race in your own time." And it was all about how the energy with this crystal is, this is one, if you're not ready to dive in full force, you can work with this gently, slowly, at your own pace. I also, when connecting to it, was shown imagery of like forests and just grounding, calm, balance. It offers that sort of harmonious energy. So if you're looking for something that feels more soothing or uplifting, that appetite is good for that. And it's very good when it comes to communication, like that
Mm.
energy when you're working on your ability to communicate. So the energy is very, very fun. The way that it spoke, so to speak, was funny.
I haven't worked with appetite. Like I guess I have. I mean, I've held it, but I haven't really worked with it. And
Mhm.
one time I went to the store and they said that that was a good one also for like to balance your appetite as well. I
Yeah,
mean appetite. I know it's like
I know. Yeah, it's true.
appetite.
Yeah, it's recommended for like weight loss because it works with the energy of like mindful consumption or moderation in that way. So,
And when you said and they kind of it kind of clicked for me when you said that it's kind of like slow and steady. So
mhm.
it kind of made sense that that energy would be the one that you want to connect to when you're being mindful and about connecting with food and that I don't know, it made me think of a turtle in a way.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, exactly.
um,
Yeah,
um, maybe like a blue turtle. I don't know, but
exactly.
I don't even know if blue turtles exist, but but I don't know why it made me think of that for whatever reason, and just kind of like that very slow and steady, but also very intentional and yeah. So that's
Yeah,
beautiful. I love that, and when I think about that too, just in the sense of I know for me I tend to talk very fast, like in Spanish, like in my country we
yeah,
speak very fast, and
yes.
so maybe appetite will be very good to slow me down when I'm speaking too fast,
Yeah.
especially when I'm angry. I'll just speak like 1,000 miles an hour.
Well, yeah, exactly. Same here. And if your throat chakra is the opposite of blocked and very excessive energy or too much, you might be rambling or talking too much or cutting people off. And so appetite is a good crystal to work with for that as well because it has that, making you more mindful, more aware.
I need appetite in my life. I just need to cover myself in appetite. I just realized. So I'm gonna have to go get me some appetite, girl.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I need to slow down. So let us know in the comments, are you connecting to any of these crystals so far? And do you feel like any of these would be helpful for you in particular? But yeah. So I kind of wanted to also say too about the crystals is that it's just interesting how, there is almost like this universal feeling that everyone can connect to, like and really like it's interesting to me how the things that you've said about the crystals that
Mhm.
you feel like they're kind of like I feel them too, like it's really beautiful how they have this universal language that it's energy, right, that we can all feel.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah.
powerful. So Erica's saying, when I'm nervous I speak fast and my brain starts talking and makes me sound crazy. Okay, so maybe you and I, Erica, we need appetite.
Yeah,
um
absolutely.
but no, you don't sound crazy, Erica. It's just like, sometimes we just sound a little bit more intense than usual, but you're not crazy, my love.
Exactly.
um so yeah, so Jennifer is saying that she needs it too. Okay, so
Mhm.
I think a lot of us need the appetite.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I definitely felt compelled to include it for this, so I'm glad that it's resonating.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely resonating. And again, like I haven't worked with it. I mean, I've held it before and everything, but I haven't really worked with it enough to really feel into it. But maybe that's the reason why I kind of put it aside, is because maybe in a way it go in the it, that one was gonna, that's a good question. If you are dealing with your like like resistance, right? Could that happen too? Maybe that could be like a moment where you put the crystal away because there's resistance to making that change.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I've done that quite often with
Oh,
certain
really?
crystals. Yeah, and then when I finally would acknowledge them and I would see the progress, I was like, wow, I can't believe I waited.
I can't believe I resisted for this long, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think I have an appetite bracelet, But it's probably best to wear, right, on your throat, right, or like close to the neck
Yeah,
to your like
exactly.
necklace.
Closer to
Yeah,
your throat is better. That's why I sometimes tuck them in a scarf or, you know, put them
yeah.
or you know what else I do? Because I do this a lot actually. The our neck and our shoulders are connected to our throat chakra. So a lot of times I will stick a crystal like on the top of my shirt and just kind of leave it there, almost like shoulder
Oh,
pads, and I'll have one
yeah.
on each side. So that's another, I do this constantly and I forget and then I get up and it falls on the floor. But I do that constantly because that energy there and that space connects to your throat chakra. So you can kind of slip it anywhere in that realm if you don't have it as a necklace.
I don't know why, but I just totally saw like an 80s look of like you wearing these shoulder pads
Yeah,
full of crystals.
that's pretty much how it is here.
So I don't know, like maybe we can come up with that like and just bring in like the shoulder pads back or something.
Exactly,
I mean, some people
exactly,
might not like that, but yeah, that would be kind of interesting. Or maybe just having them like out so that you can like actually display them or something.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah, so okay, so I kind of wanted to segue into the
Mhm.
next crystal.
Yes. So I chose Azurite. And I believe we spoke of this one during the Pisces crystals segment. Azurite is one of my favorite crystals to work with for the throat chakra. And interestingly, it's not typically a throat chakra crystal, it's more third eye and crown. However, you can use it at the throat, and I love to use it at the throat. The energy is very, very powerful, working to dissolve and shift the energy. So I included it today. And the message that I channeled from the Azurite is, I will take you back, searching records among the stars. Know your power, your worth, who you really are. Taking away what doesn't belong and in its place, your voice. I also got the phrase masterful, mesmerizing, speak with eloquence. And it gave me the impression that it helps you to do that, to speak more eloquently. It works to dissolve the energy. It helps you to connect more, give you more clarity. And there's a lot of flow and intuitive flow with this. There's it a lot of past life trauma or karmic elements will come up with this when you're doing throat chakra work. So this one is very intense and powerful to work with, but I have made a lot of progress working with azurite. So even though it's typically more third eye or crown, I love it at the throat. I really love it at the throat. So it's powerful, and it also, if I could say one other thing, it really helps you connect to your truth, your own personal truth.
Yeah, that's amazing. And this is kind of interesting to me because when I think about what you said here, I will take you back searching records amongst the stars. It made me think of the Akashic records for
Yeah,
whatever reason.
yeah.
And so I was just like, wow, like that. I never thought about azurite as a crystal that I could potentially connect to for that. And and as of it would be really great to channel with, and to maybe if you're a medium or you're doing any sort of like energy work, or even if you were a Reiki practitioner, I feel like azurite would be really great for that. For whatever reason, I don't know, it just felt like it would be a really good like stone for a healer
Mhm.
or a reader.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I actually thought of you right away when I channeled that
Oh,
message. I did. I Jikara works with the Akashic records and she's amazing. She has helped me so much clear a lot of things from past lives, karmic, other dimensions. I mean, it's been amazing what comes up. And I thought of you right away. Like, this is your crystal.
I need. I'm gonna have to go get me that crystal, girl.
I
Like seriously,
know.
like I don't know why. Like when I saw that, and and when you mentioned, I was like, wow, like it really just it. I don't know. Like it was like, okay, I need to be like it needs to be in my energy field. Like it needs to be here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm always looking for ways to connect with different crystals so that I can channel too. Which
Yeah.
I have that ring, this ring that I've been working with
Oh,
lately,
yeah, 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 yeah.
which this is a this is not a natural, it's man-made crystal, but it's a tourmaline. It's they call it Paraiba tourmaline, and it's actually I'm actually glad that I got it man-made instead of the natural, because the natural one is very rare, and
Mhm.
sometimes I kind of feel bad for like the rare stones to be just annihilated, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this stone, for whatever reason, it connects both, because it has like a little bit of that green tone, a little bit of that green, but it also has a blue, and I feel like it helps me with both, with my heart, and it helps me with channeling. But I'm
Yeah.
always looking for ways to get to get more like clearer and clearer in my channeling. So this is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got some messages here coming in. So I kind of wanted to just remind y'all to keep the comments within reason, because we want to make sure that we can read the comments. So I see here that uh so Moonstruck is saying falling in the floor makes me remember a question I had. What happens if we drop or crystal our crystal and it breaks? What happens if their crystal, if they drop it and it breaks?
So you can still use the crystal. Now you have two pieces instead of one. You can clear it, cleanse it. It might be a little traumatized, so you might want to be a bit gentle with it, like give it some sunlight, some moonlight, clear it. But you can still work with it. It still has the same energetic properties. Now you just have more than one.
So it's really not going to like damage anything,
Right.
I guess that it's not going to like take away from the essence of the crystal.
No, no, you'll still retain that energy. It'll still have that.
Now, Guadalupe has a question. This one is for the one prior.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, Guadalupe, I didn't see your comment because we had someone commenting a lot and I couldn't see. So, if you're watching this, and please try to make sure that you're commenting one comment at a time, because it's a little harder for me to keep up, and I want to make sure that we're answering the questions for everyone. Okay, if you don't, if I will put you on timeout, and if you still don't follow the guidelines, then I will have to block you, because that's just that's boundaries, right? Speaking my truth right now. But anyway, so Guadalupe is saying, is appetite good for people that don't speak up, for people that watch their words carefully before speaking?
Yes, yes, because it works with the like communication, and that energy with communication, and it also works with like the way that you consume things, the way that you approach things. So it will help with that insight, so you can almost observe how you are, how you're being in that moment, and so that it's almost as though it's what I'm getting. It's like it's offering you the choice to respond differently.
I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's beautiful. So it's really bringing that. I definitely do feel that appetite would be very good for me too. Like I feel like sometimes I can be and I've gotten better over time, but for me it's been like that overactive. That's been my case, and
yeah,
so I just love the essence of just kind of like slowing you down to be more mindful with your
yeah,
words. So
yeah,
hopefully that helps you, Guadalupe, with your question.
yeah.
And Okay, so Hannah's saying I will definitely get that one, Azurite. Oh, the message almost make her cry. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful, Hannah.
I know.
Oh, I'm sending you so much love, and I'm sending you a big hug, Hannah. That's beautiful.
Yes.
Um,
We love Hannah.
yeah, for those who don't know, Hannah was here before. She did the voice alchemy session for us that day. I want to say like about like a month ago, she was here, and she's gonna come back and talk about how to heal the throat chakra also. So we're gonna compound the message that we're sharing here with Dawn. We're gonna compound that message out with Hannah. So make sure that you stay tuned, y'all, so that you can receive some of that compounding messaging that's gonna come through Hannah. So yeah, that's beautiful. I'm so glad. This is like so perfect. So perfect. So Jess says I do that as well. I forget that they are there. I move and they tumble out and say, "Hey, you ready to drop me, silly lady?"
Yup.
I
Yeah.
love it.
They
I
kind
don't
of
know
bounce
why.
on the floor, and I'm like, "Oh, no."
I don't know why, but I totally like just saw like the little hands coming out of the crystal and little arms and going like, "How dare you?" I don't know. My imagination always goes wild when I see comments and or I'm just like that sometimes. But Moonstruck is saying sometimes when I go to the store to get the stones you recommend, they come in all different colors and different names, and I don't know what to get. Is that the exact name, Azurite?
Yes, yeah, that's the exact name for this crystal. There are some stores that kind of add names to crystals to make it more uh, exciting or fun. So that's why sometimes it's hard to. But this is Azurite. It's yeah.
Yeah. So maybe what you can do is to take the like look up the picture of it. There's also the Crystal Bible by Judy. Is it Judy Hall? I think.
Yes, Judy Hall. Hmm.
And that's another one that she has a lot of pictures there that could help you. I would actually recommend that if you're gonna start working with crystals, um I would definitely recommend getting that crystal. There's two that she has out, but there I think the first one would have this one, right? The Azurite. I think that would definitely
Yeah.
be one.
Yes, although I would check though. I can actually check for you later if you'd like. Because she actually has three crystal Bibles, so there's yeah. They don't always go. I mean, they're alphabetical, but some of them are in. I mean, each one has like different ones. So
Okay.
if I expressed that right, but
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And you know what? And again, like, and you can always reach out to Dawn if you have any questions also. And I
absolutely.
kind of wanted to take a moment to segue into this too. If you guys haven't reached connected to Dawn on Instagram, make sure you go into Instagram and go into Heal by Dawn. And then if you want a okay, let me take a moment right now to celebrate this woman. I'm gonna say this right now.
Oh,
Dawn has amazing healing abilities. She has personally sent healing to me whenever I am feeling ungrounded, whenever I'm feeling off. And I can tell you, y'all, she is powerful. So I want to invite y'all to book a session with her. And she's not paying me for this. And we become friends over time, over these past, I believe 7 months or 8 months. I don't know how long it's been, but all I can tell you is that the more I get to know Dawn, the more I get to receive her medicine, the more impressed I am. So I just kind of wanted to like segue into that and just invite y'all to work with her. She does some really beautiful work with crystals and the grids that and she has done like these little pictures that she infuses with the energy, and I can just look at it and receive the healing as well. Wow. I mean, Wow, amazing. And I just kind of wanted to just say that for a minute because I just felt like I needed to say that.
Oh,
But
thank you so much. Oh my goodness, that was so sweet. Thank you. I appreciate
yeah, because this is just so powerful. And oh my gosh, like I had to take that moment to say that. But anyway,
it. Thank
continue. I don't want to, because we have some more. We have some more crystals, y'all. So on the list here. So moving on to the next one.
Yes, this is another one of my favorites. I feel like I say that every time, but Amazonite. I love this crystal so much. It is very, very powerful. When I place this on my throat chakra, I feel so many things happening. It's very, very powerful, very beautiful, very calming, very soothing. And the word too, cooling. It's almost like a cooling sensation, like the energy of this crystal. So when I connected and channeled with it, the crystal said to place me on the throat for higher vibrations and energetic flow. And before I finish the rest, I am a writer, and I also write a lot of poetry. And sometimes when I channel, the beings I connect with will be poetic with me. So this rhymes a little bit, but it says, down the rabbit hole we go. This one is a no, that one is a yes. We pick and choose and leave the rest. I do this best. And it was very basically the energy explaining how it works to get rid of what's not working, keep what is working, and emphasize what's working. Very big with the communication aspect. And I'm trying to think if there was anything. Oh, yes. So when I connected also, there was a strong message of how this helps to get you back into energetic realignment. And it showed me, it like used my body sort of to show, like, mimic aligning myself. It's very, very powerful. I mean, it has a very soothing energy, but it really, for me personally, really love working with this. When it comes to my throat chakra, this is the one that I use the most. And also it kind of connects into our energy field, such as the etheric body template. So there's a lot of healing happening with this crystal.
That's incredible. So
Yeah.
it's almost like you can also work with the auric field, right? Like to kind
Mhm.
of like clear some of that and like realign.
Yes.
So that's powerful. I actually have
Yeah.
my own here. I have two
Oh, I
of
love
them, and I kind of want to be like, oh, I'm showing them off. So but anyway, I just kind of wanted. I was just so excited that I actually did have the crystals. I have those
it.
crystals. So I have them here with me, and I'm holding them and just kind of loving on them and thanking them for being in my life,
Yeah.
and so for being here. So yeah, that's so beautiful. And I don't know, like when you sent this, the down the rabbit hole we go, it just felt so interesting, so magical and
Yeah.
fantastical, and like almost like like being able to like write like fantasy, right? Like being able to go into that fantasy world
Yeah.
and go into those deeper places to share something that's joyful, and I don't know, it just felt like I don't it felt like if you were writing like a book for children, or yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like that would be like a really good, like a good crystal.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because there also is that creative energy aspect, especially with the throat chakra and these crystals and the energy of expression and self-expression. So absolutely. Yeah. And the other thing too, I'm feeling compelled to mention, when part of healing the throat chakra, you can, sing or hum, and sitting with some of these crystals and humming and kind of like feeling what vibration comes up, and just sitting and like humming, and like the actual physical act of moving your throat is
Mm.
powerful.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Like using the humming sound can move a
Mhm.
lot of energy for you.
Yeah.
And kind of makes sense why sometimes I feel compelled to do that.
Mm-hmm.
to do that whenever I am healing with, with plant medicine. It's like,
Yeah.
it makes sense that it just kind of like naturally wants to happen. So it's like that
Mhm.
natural, like subconscious, knowing, right? Like that
Yeah.
inner knowing wisdom to that's, that the vibration of our voice
Yeah.
carries over so much.
Yeah.
And something that I wanted to mention too, when I was so I don't know if I ever told you this, but I did a Vipassana retreat back in 2019 where I took like 10 days off everything, like off the grid, like no communication, like meditation for 10 hours a day. And it's really intense. It's like really intense. You go into silence for those 10 days. And that was the first time I ever experienced firsthand how we carry over the vibration, like whatever we carry inside in our heart space, whatever we carry in our energy field carries over in our voice. And our voice actually has that ability to share energies. And we can, like I was kind of sharing with you how we imprint each other with energies. The voice is another way that can carry over.
Yeah.
So I feels as if when you're using also these stones that you're mentioning, these crystals, I feel as if that could also help, balance that so that you can practice that energy hygiene and be very mindful of how, all of this expression comes out, and, and kind of like in a way like purify it.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's very, like you said, purifying or like and purging some of the energy, letting go of some of the energy, harmonizing it, balancing it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's.
absolutely.
And then Hannah is mentioning something. She says when we hum, we can also intentionally or accidentally stimulate the thyroid gland, and that can have a very positive and calming effect on the throat too.
Interesting.
So that,
Well,
hey,
I like
so
that.
that's powerful. So combining that humming with the, which we'll probably go into that on the next chapter later with Hannah. But maybe keep in mind, if while you're watching this, keep in mind what crystals are calling to you, and then how you're going to combine the crystals alongside with these other practices that are going to help your throat,
Yeah.
um, heal your throat chakra. But we still have some more.
Yes,
We
yes,
haven't
we
finished yet.
do. Yes. So this next one I have been working with quite regularly. This is another one that goes into the etheric body template. This is, I just am obsessed with this crystal. It's blue calcite. Um, I could talk all day about this crystal. It's very, very powerful, especially for the throat chakra. And when I sat with it and channeled, I got a couple of things. When I asked about it, the crystal said that it's fast acting, like a broom sweeping up debris and sending it to the light. It says the outside world falls away as we go within. Hear what you are afraid to hear, speak what you are afraid to say. And the impression that it gave me is that it gives you what you need to face the truth to heal, because sometimes there are truths about ourselves or situations that we don't necessarily want to see or accept. And so this crystal is really good for working with that. It also told me that it helps to pave the way, to sit with it gently for clarity, focus, and discernment.
Mm.
It definitely is calming, and it's also very, very good at dissolving a lot of stuck energy, like not just working through it, but kind of moving through it, dissolving, pushing through. I have been working with this a lot lately. It's quite powerful, very amazing crystal. So
Mm.
yeah.
And that sounds so powerful, especially at those moments when you kind of feel like there's like a knot, like
Yes.
those moments, like I feel like that would be very good for that, the blue
Yes.
calcite. For whatever reason, I just thought about like the when we have like that knot and we can't say it and we just kind of like we can't say it.
Mhm.
It feels like that blue calcite would help with that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
powerful. That
Yeah.
is so powerful. I
Yeah.
wanted to ask you because I have this. I'm going to ask you again. I wanted to ask you here. I kind of showed you this crystal before, but I have this blue Argentinian calcite, would this be a similar, well, I know it's not exactly the same, but would this be also helpful for also for the throat?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. That I love that crystal. I have one of those too. And it's similar in that regard. You can use that for the throat chakra also. And it
Okay.
has that similar energy of sort of dissolving and clearing and yeah, definitely. And it's so beautiful.
It is. It is so beautiful. I went into a calcite binge the other day. I went to the crystal shop, and I went and I saw this, and it just really called me. They called it, you know how they do the fancy names, like you were
Yeah.
saying. They called it something else. They called it
Atlantean
Lemurian,
or
Argentinian,
yeah.
blue calcite thing. And but it really called me, and I was like, well, I guess I need it because I just felt so drawn to it.
Yeah.
And so when I feel drawn immediately, I just go for it. I just like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna get it. So then I'll use it because I don't have blue calcite like the one that you have, but I figured maybe I could use this in the interim until I expand my collection.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. You can use that. And I also feel compelled, if anyone this resonates with, a lot of times I'm guided to lie down with blue calcite and selenite on my throat space for a while and like allow the energy to kind of flow and clear.
I love that. I love that so much.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Vanita is saying, wow, I have
Yay.
green and orange calcite, but do not have blue. So there you go.
Yes.
Now
Yeah.
you can there's a blue one you can use to dissolve all those knots in the throat chakra. Um,
Exactly.
yeah. So, but we're not done yet, y'all. We still have a couple more crystals.
Yes,
So,
we have two.
which one is the next one, Dawn?
So this one I'm actually very excited to include because before I understood about these kinds of crystals, I wouldn't pay any mind to them. And then once I understood, this crystal has been a game changer. This is aqua aura quartz. Aura quartz is a whole other conversation, maybe even perhaps alive. um, Aura quartz, they're man-made crystals, but they're still authentic in the sense that they're man-made because they're a combination of two already existing crystals plus other minerals. They're heated in a vacuum, and so it's the actual composition of this is authentic, but it's man-made to get it to this. So you're working with multiple energies here, and this is a combination of clear quartz and gold, and it's this blue crystal. It's very, very powerful. When I do remote healing with crystals, I often place this on the person's throat chakra, so to speak. Like I use this for their throat chakra because it has a very powerful energy. And when I connected to channel with this, I mostly got like shorter words, but I got heightened sense of awareness, higher vibration and alignment, and then steady focus, go, bringing it all to one place to sort through. And also I was given the word capacity to expand. Like it helps to clear what you need so that you can kind of go further with your healing. And it also was showing me that it kind of reflects what you need to see or feel so that you can let it go. It's very clearing kind of energy. And it's also very good too when you're working with old trauma and you want to kind of bring that up and clear it. So I really, really, really recommend working with this, or at least trying to work with it. It has a very unique energy and it's very strong. So
That's so powerful. And when you were talking about this crystal too, the other feeling I got from it, I haven't worked with it, but the other feeling that I got from it too is that it's a crystal that can potentially help whenever you have a hard time, like when you have scattered ideas and you don't know how to focus the ideas.
yeah.
And the reason why I'm thinking of this is because, like, right now my husband, he's going to school, and he was trying to write a paper, and he was like scattered, and I feel like this crystal probably would have helped him kind of like focus his ideas so he can put them on the paper and be able to express those better.
Yeah, absolutely. You're actually spot on. It is very, very good with clarity and connecting also to the crown chakra. So it kind of would bring him in a bit.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
wow. And you know what? Thank you so much for sharing this crystal, because I've had this there's like some purists about, that talk about the crystals like, oh, this is not natural. And so I'm so happy that you opened up this conversation, and maybe we can do a live later about this, because I have to say, like, this crystal is man-made,
Mhm.
but at the same time, it's been powerful. I mean, I've been able to draw energy from this.
Yeah.
And so I think it's so beautiful to be able to see ourselves from that creator perspective, and say, whatever we create is also sacred and beautiful. It's not less than just because it's human made. And so thank you so much for bringing that up, and for bringing this crystal in for us to connect to, and like that invitation to connect to it.
Yeah.
I was one of those who was like, oh, it's aura, it's been processed, like I don't want that, blah blah blah. And then now I'm kind of like, I'm curious to kind of reconnect to those crystals,
Yeah.
and maybe work with that. I may have to get this one for my husband, because I feel like
Yeah.
he's doing so many projects, like he needs that focused energy.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, no,
It's
definitely.
funny because I don't know if this happens with you, but I know with my husband, he sometimes is like, things go over his head. It's like, okay, whatever. You want me to put this on my throat? Like, okay. He's
Exactly.
like, he just like, he does it, but he's been exposed to so much woo with me. Um, that he's like, it doesn't phase him. He's like, okay, yeah, I'll put crystals on his desk and stuff. Uh,
Exactly. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. I know. It's it's funny because at this point my husband will just do it because he's used to me saying it. So the other day he came home and I saw him take two crystals out of his pockets and I was like,
oh
"Oh
my
my goodness."
gosh,
He was like, "Yeah, I know. I learned it from
that is
you."
so cute. Oh my
I
gosh. I love that. So they pick it up. They pick it up.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
oh, that is so
Exactly.
cool. Yeah, I've gotten him, like, because he deals with like social anxiety and things of that nature. So I've
Yeah.
gotten him, like, crystals to help with that. And so he'll wear it, like, like the little bracelets and stuff.
Yeah.
And or I would have it like on his desk, so he can have that. And so, so anyway, so he's just like, he appreciates it, right? Like, he's not
Yeah.
gonna go out of his way and go to a crystal shop like I would, but he appreciates it. So I think
I
I
love
think that's
that.
beautiful
That is, that's
that he does
awesome.
that.
I
I love that.
love
And Erica's is like, she's like, LOL, oh man.
that.
Yeah. So, okay, but now we are not done, y'all. We have one more, and I am so excited about this one.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna let you pave the way, Dawn, with this one.
Yeah, I'm actually excited about this one too. I chose Lara Mar. This one, the message I channeled was so cool. So I'll get to that in one moment. I will say this is a very special crystal, even to me. You can only get this in the Dominican, and I had gone to the Dominican about 20 years ago, and I was first introduced to it, and I just fell in love with it. I had a necklace, I loved it so much, and then I moved and I lost it, and I was crushed.
Oh,
So I know, but I recently found another necklace that resonated. I'm actually wearing it now with the Larimar. I don't know if I'm holding it up the right way, but the energy from this is just so unlike anything. It's very peaceful, very soothing, very calming, but it's also really great when working with the throat chakra. And so the message that I channeled was we dance to the words that are not spoken, hidden in the shadows, bringing them to life with purpose and intention. We write a song to sing, hidden no more by shame and fear. We sing loud and clear. That was the message that the Larimar gave me this morning. And it basically helps you to not, hold on to that shame or that guilt or that fear, and to just speak your truth and say the things that you don't want to say. It has a very harmonious energy as well. And and it's also very peaceful, very soothing. It works to clear old energy. And then, I was sitting with it more for a moment and just thinking about it, because they're not currently mining it right now because of all the unsafe conditions. So there's been a bit of a stop to it. And when I sat and asked if there was anything else the crystal wanted to share, I got be good to the land. So I thought that was
Mm.
really, yeah, yeah. But it's such a soft spoken, just beautiful, beautiful crystal. Love it so much. So had to
I
include that.
feel I feel very lucky to have I have one too, which is very, very small compared to
Oh, I
yours, but I
love
feel very
it.
lucky to have it.
Oh my goodness,
And
that's so beautiful.
and when I look at it, it reminds me of the ocean, of the clear ocean. It reminds me of like just being in the water, in the clear, like in the clear water of a beautiful ocean. And Yeah, so it really feels very, very, for me it's very soothing, and it kind of connects me with the energy of water.
Hmm.
And for, for me it's like, when you can go on water and float, it kind of reminds me of that, of like that, being held by the water, and like that very loving, just support that the water can give you as well. Um, so yeah,
Yeah.
I love this crystal so much, and I'm so grateful to have this little piece, because it is special. It is a special piece.
Yeah, absolutely. It really is such a special piece. And you're so right. There is the strong water connection with that crystal. A lot of that communication, that emotional, like water energy is very potent within that. So, yeah, yeah, it's really special. Yeah.
Yeah, it really does feel very special, and I'm so grateful that it spoke to you for the throat chakra too.
Yeah.
um at one point I was working with the energy. I was, going through a shamanic journey, and I was working with the elements, and Larimar came to my awareness, and that's how I got this Larimar. Is
Yeah.
because when I was working with the energy of water, it wanted to work with me, and I was healing my relationship with water, and Larimar helped me with that, with healing my relationship with water. So I was thrown, just to kind of give you a little bit of a segue into this, and we'll get to the reading soon, y'all. But I kind of wanted to share this. When I was thrown into a pool when I was like 5 years old, and I almost drowned.
Mm.
And when I was working with the elements, when I got to water, I was having a hard time connecting to it. I was very afraid of it. And so one of the things that I did to help me heal that relationship, was to it was kind of like exposure therapy. So just to be in the water, and like I went to the pool, and I went there with my husband, and God bless him, he's so patient with me. So I was like, you're gonna teach me how to something, like I teach me how to like survive in water, because I'm scared of it. And so Larimar came into my awareness, and I was working alongside with Larimar. I did some clearings through SRT. So it was a combination between that, SRT, and I also was microdosing. And that, all of that just like really helped me, like, I don't know, it's just like I finally recognized the nourishment and the loving energy of water. Yes, water can be very scary, but at the same time, like, there's also that other gentle side of water that I wasn't able to connect to before. So Larimar holds a very special place in my heart,
Wow.
because of that.
Oh, I love that. Wow, that was so amazing to share. Oh my goodness.
That's why I was so excited about today's live, because I was like, oh my gosh, there's a lot of amazing crystals. And and then water is also about like learning. Like, one of the things that I learned about the element of water is learning how to receive others, fully, in my full capacity, and really going deeper into my womb space, and like just really being in that essence of observing, and allowing myself to receive, and to take form and the shape of the person, so that I could really be in their presence. And but without losing myself either, because water is still its own thing, right? So but anyway, so I just kind of wanted to share that. But yeah, I'm so grateful for this. So those are all the crystals that we were going to discuss today, and that our beautiful Dawn, she specially curated this for us. And I'm so grateful to you for sharing all of the knowledge. And we kind of like went over, so many details today into each one of the crystals, which I loved. And I hope that all of you did too. Now, Moonstruck has a question for you. And I guess that has a question that I have too. How can we systemize our crystals to remember all of their names?
Yeah, so that's a really good question because sometimes it's hard to keep track. There's a couple of different ways. I mean, you can take like a photo of the crystal with the name on it, so you have like that index and you can reference it. If you wanted to, you could write the name on a little piece of paper and keep the crystal on top of it. You can kind of group them by color to help you. Yeah, like with
Yeah.
chakra or intention. I know for me, sometimes if I can't remember what a crystal is, like I think I know, but I'm like, is it this or this? And I can't really tell. And I'm like looking at like a book. I'll sometimes use my pendulum. Like I'll get a reference list and kind of see like, oh yeah, it is this crystal. So, I mean, there's different ways that might resonate with you, but you might want to take like photos with a name and have them sort of filed so you can access it quickly in case you can't remember.
Yeah, so I think that's really great. And yeah, I need to do the same, girl. So I hear you. I hear you on that. And yeah, so thank you, Betsy, so much for your love. Yeah, it was she was kind of like saying that she was sorry that that stuff happened to me when I was little. But hey, listen, I'm here, and I'm here to tell the story, and I'm grateful that I get to say that and I'm still, obviously trauma has so many layers, but but it's been a beautiful release for me, and connection. Okay, but before we go into any readings, y'all, I kind of wanted to ask Dawn a question, and it was about this crystal, which is a calcite. This is I'm gonna try to bring it in, and I hope that I hope that there.
Oh, there you go. Oh my goodness, I love that. That is beautiful.
So
Beautiful.
this is what they call a Caribbean calcite,
Yes.
and it kind of reminds me of the Amazonite a little bit, and
Yeah.
of the Larimar at the same time. And I
Yeah.
kind of wanted to ask you if this crystal would be good if someone had this crystal in their home right now. Would they be able to use this also for their throat?
Yes, absolutely. The Caribbean blue calcite that's a really beautiful crystal, and it has a lot of those, blue calcite properties. They're very, very similar. I once did a write-up comparing the two, and they're very, very similar. But the Caribbean blue calcite, it literally has that like beach energy. It's like being down at the beach,
Yes.
and it looks like the beach, and it has a real soft gentleness to it, and it almost feels very safe to work with, like a safe kind of energy. So yeah, you can definitely use that for the throat chakra.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna add that into my I guess I'm probably gonna do what you mentioned, separating them into the colors.
Yeah.
So that way I can have like the one for the root, the one for the sacral, the one for the solar plexus, the ones for the heart and the throat, and then so on. I think I'm gonna do that for myself. So
Yeah.
um yeah. So okay. So well, we are done with the crystals. I know I just kind of added this one as an extra one. I don't know if you had any other extra ones, Don, that you wanted to mention or
Oh,
uh,
no, but thank you for asking. I usually do, but I mean, I could talk all day, so I'm just gonna say no, even though there's so much I could bring in.
look, and you can use this one too, and that one. Um, but uh, but yeah, so I just kind of wanted to just invite y'all to really consider going into Dawn's website, healbydawn.com, and book a session with her. She's an amazing crystal healer. She's done crystal healing for me, and it's been really, really powerful. You don't have to be present. for her to do the healing. Just so you know, she's done remote healing sessions for me, where she is, like, we're not even on on the Zoom call or anything. Like, she's done it, and I would feel immediately the relief, and even deeper relief whenever I received her the picture, and of the crystal grid that she would do for me. I also want to invite you to go into her Instagram, because she's always creating these beautiful crystal grids, where she infuses them with healing. So I want to invite you to go into his Instagram, Heal by Dawn. So if this is your first time here, just really connecting to Dawn, then consider following her on Instagram, so that you can just know when she has something going on. I know that she's been creating these workshops, and she's been doing many activities in many different ways, and not only with crystals but also mediumship. So please do go into her Instagram, so you can find out what she has going on next. And I also wanted to take a moment to just, again, I want to thank all of my supporters. Those of you who are part of the Cosmic Light Activation membership, thank you so much. I am so grateful for all of you to be part of this. You are supporting this channel just by being part of the membership. And this is kind of like grassroots for me, right? I'm not necessarily going out there and seeking any companies or anyone to support. So I'm grateful to be supported by my community, by you, by each one of you. So thank you. If you are interested in signing up for the Cosmic Light Activation membership, just so you know, you can sign up for my email list at the bloominglotushealing.com, and you'll be able to be notified through there when I open this next. Well, some of the benefits that you get from the Cosmic Light Activation membership is that we do a monthly collective clearing, Akasha clearing for the group, specifically for the group. And I also have a private Telegram channel where I send a weekly collective reading. Also, if you come into my Instagram on Mondays, you also get priority on the reading. So you can always send the question through the Telegram channel, and I will take priority on those questions that are coming in through the Telegram channel. So those are some of the things that you get from the membership. But again, it just means a lot. Just the fact that you're actually also supporting this channel, that's part of the benefit as well. You're supporting this as well. So thank you so much. And again, if this is your first time, please subscribe, like, and share this video, so that more people learn about the throat chakra and get to know ways to heal with crystals. And yeah, so I will stop now, and we will go ahead and segue into readings, because I know y'all are waiting for that. I know that y'all are waiting for that. Okay, so I see here a comment from Jay Gonzalez. I took geology course, and that's exactly how we studied each rock. We taped them to an index card and wrote the name underneath and its properties. Oh, that's powerful. So there you go. Yeah. So that's beautiful. So
yeah. Wow.
Thank you for that recommendation, and then also that confirmation of what Dawn was sharing here with us on how to keep up with with all the crystals and the names. So if you have any questions on for Dawn or for me, whichever, you can type your question. If your name is not part of your handle, please make sure that you put your first name, so that we can make sure that we're connecting properly to you. And then just say if you want a general reading, or if you're looking for a specific question, especially if it's related to your throat chakra. Since today we're talking about that, like if you have any questions about that, then please do feel free to share your questions here in the comments. So that's where what we're going to be doing moving forward. So and then just be patient with me, because I'm going to try to get as many people as possible here. So let's see. So we got Jess. Okay, I think that was that wasn't a question, but she's commenting. I have been in meditation while we have been on the live line here, connecting to both of your voices, and have a few crystals placed on me now. And I'm asking, what is the message from my sacred throat? Okay, so she does have a question. Okay.
I love that. Okay. Oh, that's such a great question. I'm feeling compelled to pull a few cards here. Well, while I'm shuffling, one of the messages that I'm getting for you is to hold on to your hope, your faith, not to lose that. But let me just shuffle. So I'm getting a few things for you from your throat chakra, and one of the cards that fell out is the Ace of Wands, and the feeling that I'm getting is that if you've been feeling like feelings of despair or disappointment right now, or as though there might be some feelings of maybe chaos or like competition, feelings just a frenzy, like a frenzy kind of energy right now, you're being guided to not spend so much time looking on what you've lost and to put more time on what is lying ahead of you so that you can take the next offering, like the next offering that comes your way. It feels as though there's more inspiration headed your way, some more sort of like passionate, creative type endeavors. And so, in order to make the most of that, the message is for you to kind of hold on to your faith, your hope right now, and to not focus so much on the inner chaos, the inner turmoil, and you know, to really focus more on what's ahead and not spend so much time dwelling on what's already happened.
That's so beautiful. And you know, one thing that I'm picking up, uh, Jess, for you, I'm picking up. There's a little bit of a like a block at the throat chakra, and it has to do with what the message that Dawn gave you in regards to that. And I'm gonna place the blue calcite that I have, and I'm feeling compelled to also put in my smoky quartz here. So I'm going to place it here on my chart, and I'm going to go ahead and send the healing to you. I want to invite you to take a moment to take a deep breath, close your eyes, take a deep breath in through your nose, and I want to invite you to visualize this beautiful blue, soft blue light coming in through your nose and making its way down towards your throat and expanding, expanding, expanding. And we're going to go ahead and I'm going to ask your higher self, I'm going to ask spirit and Archangel Raphael. I see him right now placing his hand on your throat at this moment, and he's infusing emerald green light into it as well for healing. And we're going to apply that healing and that support for you to help you with taking those actions forward with with stepping away from the energies that Dawn was describing that you've been feeling. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and ask spirit to download this to your higher self. So all you have to do is just ask for it to be downloaded, for you to receive it, that you're open to receive, and then this will be downloaded into your throat chakra. Okay. And at this moment, I'm seeing, a white light just kind of expanding, expanding, and opening up, almost as if there was something there that was kind of missing, almost as if it was a void. And so now it's being infused with that blue light energy to bring soothing into your throat. Okay. Okay. All right, so that's all I have for you. I'm gonna disconnect from your higher self now, Jess. I hope that that this helps you in the interim as you move through these energies and make some changes forward. Okay, so I'm disconnecting now. I am complete. All right, thank you. Okay, so um, you're so very welcome, Jess. Okay, so Betsy would like a reading. Okay, perfect, Betsy. So
Okay.
I'm assuming that it's a general reading. And let us know in the comments if it's not, so that way we know. Yeah, she said general is fine.
Okay, great. Um, okay, so I have the Chariot here, and I also Temperance like flew out of the deck, and the other card that jumped out of the Oracle deck is Flow, River. And what I'm getting is that it feels as though there's this opportunity that's sort of in your field, in your realm, one that will leave you feeling a lot more empowered, as though you're going to have more control in a situation, a lot more input and say, as though you can really have an effect on this situation. A lot of movement, a lot of using like your willpower and all of your knowledge. But your guides are asking you to have some patience right now and to kind of go with the flow and allow this to unfold without putting up so much of a fight, as though you think that you need to do this and this, and it has to happen this way for it to happen. They want you to kind of surrender a bit and just let it unfold, and kind of mix and match right now to make things work, and just have some moderation, some balance, some patience as this unfolds, and that the more that you sort of go with the flow, the easier it will be to navigate this and get there with more grace as opposed to resistance.
Oh my gosh, Dawn, I'm gonna compound on what you said.
Okay.
So, Betsy, Archangel Jophiel came through for you, and he is inviting you to release self doubt. Some of that resistance that you've been feeling is related to self doubt. So, I would recommend that you go back into. I'm feeling the solar plexus for you. So maybe you can go back and re-listen to the solar plexus video that Dawn, where I think that was like a month ago, a little bit over a month ago,
Yeah.
because we talked about the heart chakra before. But you can just find it and just work with the crystals that are mentioned there on whichever you feel compelled to connect to. But I would say also you can call upon Archangel Jophiel as you're working through this resistance, and try to lean into what is it that you are doubting at this moment. Like where and then once you recognize what you're doubting, going deeper into where is that stemming from, because it's stemming from somewhere, it's rooted somewhere, but it's not the reality, it's not the truth, but it's almost like it feels as if that is the truth because of that, because it feels as if you're like engulfed in it a little bit. So I would recommend that you work with Archangel Jophiel as well. At this moment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send some healing to your higher self with the help of Archangel Jophiel. He's coming through, and he's bringing in some like a deep blue energy, kind of like soothing energy into your energy field. And he's bringing that in to kind of help you and engulf you in like healing energy of like kind of bringing homeostasis into your energy field, so that you can release that with ease. Okay. So all you have to do is just say that you receive, is sent to your higher self. So it's not going to be, you know, dispersed unless you yourself give permission. Okay. So that's the reason why we send it to your higher self. Okay. So I don't have anything else. I am complete for you. So I hope that that helps you, Betsy, in your, you know, in your pathway with this reading. And I'm going to go ahead and disconnect, and I am complete. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. All right. So moving on, we got Christy. She would like a general reading.
Okay. Okay. So I have the 9 of Cups here, and I also, the 5 of Cups jumped out, and the 6 of Cups also.
Oh,
and oh, sorry. And so the feeling that I'm getting is that there's something that you are kind of very much wanting to happen, something that you want to come to fruition, something that you're sort of hoping for, wishing for. And when I asked, you know, what it was that you need to know, what in order for this to kind of come into your field, the impression that I have is it's for you to let go of any resentments or disappointment that you might be harboring right now, anything that you might be kind of upset about, and as though there are things that might have happened in the past that you might still be holding on to regarding the situation, to let them go and allow yourself to be ready for the next thing that's coming, because it is a positive thing. I'm also getting the impression with the 6 of Cups that it's important for you right now to step more into feelings of joy when you can, to have more of that kind of childlike play, some of that like inner child, joyful, innocent, laughing kind of energy right now, to help you sort of shift out of any disappointment feelings that you might be experiencing right now, so that you can kind of get into a better space for the next part of your journey.
that's powerful. And um, for whatever reason today, the archangels are coming in. So I was like, okay, they, you know, they were stepping back a little bit, but today they're full force. So I was also picking up for you, Christy, that Archangel Raphael is closely working with you at this moment, and he is actually wanting, he's inviting you to work with him for healing. He wants to um you know, kind of like give you some healing, and I'm going to send that, I'm going to send that, I'm going to set that intention into your higher self so that you can receive that healing. And as Dawn was talking about, there was, you know, it was funny because as she was talking about the, you know, there's something that is good that is going to come, you know, through for you. Um, Archangel Raphael was showing me abundance, and when I felt into that abundance energy, it felt as if it's not just when we think about abundance, we think about money, but it wasn't just that. It was kind of like abundance of like community, abundance of just support and love, and in all forms, right? So like it's all forms, not just one form. And that's what Archangel Raphael is trying to say here, is that doing working alongside with him will help you kind of you know, connect into that abundance. And again, you know, going back to what Dawn said, connecting to that joy will really connect you to that abundance as well. It's almost like that, it's like that pathway, that bridge into that abundance, that it's on the other side of, like, to say the tunnel. Like that's the best description I could give. The That's like the other side of the tunnel. So like connecting to that joy is going to direct you. It's going to give you the directions, almost like it's going to be like that GPS for you towards that abundance in your life. So for now, I just want to invite you to close your eyes, take a deep breath in through your nose, and just visualize, Archangel Raphael in front of you. And he is right now standing in front of you, and he wants to invite you to invite him into your space and to ask him directly. He doesn't even want me to send it to you. He wants me to tell you to ask him directly, that to receive that energy. Okay. So what I want to invite you to do is just kind of visualize. And if you want to do that later as well, just kind of do that exercise, that visualization of Archangel Raphael standing in front of you, and asking him for that support. And then he will come in. Like, I can see him coming in, and he's waiting for that. He's waiting for that. I guess for you to ask for that question from you, if that makes any sense. So I am complete. I don't have anything else for you. So I am disconnecting from your higher self. All right. So hopefully that helps you, Christine. And oh wow, she says, "Oh my goodness, I've been writing letters of forgiveness and burning them this week. Thank you so much. That's so powerful. That is so powerful.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yes. Especially
Wow.
with a full moon coming in. She says,
Yeah.
"Thank you so much," with tears. Aw. Send you so much love. Oh my gosh, I'm just like, I'm sending you love. Like, I'm sending you a hug from here. I hope that you can feel it. And then Betsy was also saying, "Thank you both. I appreciate it and makes a lot of sense. I can surrender and go with the flow, letting go of doubt. Thank you for reminding me of the solar plexus video. I will do that." Yeah, absolutely. Make sure that you go back and listen to that and connect to with the crystal that calls you. There's gonna be one that's gonna call you for sure. Okay, so moving on to the next person, Sandra Davis. Could I have a general reading, please?
Okay. Okay. So I have the 10 of Cups, and the 9 of Coins and Judgment. Sorry, I can never tell with the camera how to hold it so you can see it. So immediately the impression that I'm getting is that it feels almost as though it's almost as though there's a frustration in how can I be happy? How do I get that like happy, almost like that happy ending, that fulfillment, with like the relationship, the family, everything, that like full happy satisfied feeling. It feels as though that's something that is coming up as an issue for you. And the advice that I'm getting for you from your guides is that it's important that you start working on ways that you can be more independent, more self-sustainable, where you are starting to appreciate how far you've come, everything that you've worked for, and you start to enjoy all the things in life that you can take advantage of that you haven't been. And it feels as though with of self-doubt, there's a feeling that there's a lot of sort of self-doubt, second guessing, that it's keeping you from sort of aligning with more of your purpose, your truth, your path, who you really are, that this self-doubt is interfering with that. So you're being guided to just let it go and start trusting in yourself more. That's the message that I'm getting for you.
That's powerful. And
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to also mention that Sandra, your higher self didn't give me permission to connect to you, so I don't have anything for you. So it's gonna be all solely coming from Dawn. But that was powerful. So thank you, Dawn.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hopefully that helped you. Kind of give you a little bit of guidance and focus. Because
Yeah.
it's so good to consult. That's one of the things that I love about doing readings, even for myself. It's so good to have that clarity. Sometimes our guides and our higher self is like, hey, mirror, let me show you right here. So that was powerful.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jennifer, oh my goodness, Jennifer. So she mentioned that she would appreciate a reading, and she mentions that she was just diagnosed with Hashimoto's. So
Mm.
thyroid has come up for years, so she
Mm.
would love a reading. I'm so sorry,
Oh,
Jennifer. I
yeah,
extend
I'm
my love
sorry.
to you, and yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. So for some reason, before I shuffle the cards, I'm kind of getting for you, if you do work with crystals, for some reason, crystals that are sort of more pink in color, or for some reason, what you're being called to right now, like strawberry quartz, rhodochrosite, just crystals that are kind of pink. For some reason, there's something about the energy to kind of support you right now, is what I'm being shown. But let me shuffle the cards.
And I can attest to that because I had my pendulum on colors and it was showing the pink as you were saying.
Oh, wow.
So the confirmation that yes,
Oh, that's
definitely
amazing.
Jennifer. So
I love
make sure that
that.
you get those.
Okay. So the cards were just sort of jumping out, and I have the Eight of Cups and the Ten of Coins, and I also have the King of Coins. I'm actually being guided to pull an oracle card from this deck real quick for you. Um, so it's the farther gate, bold step forward. And what I'm feeling for you is that right now, in order for you to feel more, and this also feels actually kind of connected to your health. In order for you to feel a little bit more secure and stable and in a good place with this, I'm getting that it's important that you let go of the things that are not serving you right now, particularly emotionally. It feels as though there are some things that you need to kind of drop, walk away from, or shift. Like I'm getting there are things that could be shifted so that they are not causing so much sadness or sorrow. It feels as though there's some lower emotion that needs to be let go and walked away from, and it feels as though you're being asked to step into a more grounded place right now. And the other message that I'm getting is that um, you might need some like feelings of courage or confidence in order to move forward from some of these things. And you're being asked to be strategic. And if there's anything that you're not feeling in your gut or that you're not fully trusting, to trust your intuition and just be strategic right now and do, do what works for you so that you do feel more grounded, more secure, and in a better place with everything. So I hope that resonates.
And I'm gonna compound into Dawn's reading here. Archangel Raguel came forward for you, Jennifer, and one of the things that Archangel Raguel was basically just really adamant to say is that at this moment, it's important that you become an observant of what's happening. So it's funny because, here is, Dawn talking about, like, the emotions and all of this stuff coming through, and then like paying attention to all that. And that is kind of like just confirming, what Dawn is saying. And Archangel Raguel is supporting you with this. So if you feel as if you can't be in the observer mode because you're so immersed in it right now, like you're in it, you're completely in it, to ask for that support so that you can step back and be able to observe, so that you can unwind all of those energies and be able to see things from a neutral perspective, which is difficult to do on your own. So that's the reason why Archangel Raguel is coming forward to let you know that he is supporting you at this moment with this. So all you have to do is just open up and receive and ask for that support whenever you're getting ready to do that work. And I'm feeling also I'm hearing also emotion code for you. So I don't know if you worked with that in the past. There is a book called Emotion Code. I can't remember the name of the author, but if you look it up, you'll find it. And I feel that you will benefit from doing the exercises from that book. So you can work through the emotional release that Dawn was mentioning. I feel that will also help you in that regard. So, in confirmation again, and I'm going to reiterate, the pink color was definitely coming through as Dawn was mentioning it. I was quite literally on what, like, I happened to be on that specific chart for whatever reason, because of course divine timing, right? And that was and the pendulum was moving towards the pink. So I feel that the fact that I came through Dawn and through me, I feel like it's important that you connect to that color right now. So anyway, it felt very important for you to connect to that color. So okay, so I am complete. Oh, actually, no. Before I close, um, connection to play. You're not playing enough. You're not giving yourself time to play and connect to your joy. That came up as something that is showing up kind of blocked in the Akashic records for you. I kind of checked. So I would recommend that you try to move through this time. Obviously, don't push away the emotions, but try to connect to things that will bring you joy, in a way that feels natural to you, not from a place of pushing away your emotions, but in a way that feels natural to you. Okay. And that's it now. I'm complete now. So thank you. So I hope that resonated with you, Jennifer, and it helps you out. And
I
here's
see
my cat,
your
Jazz.
cat.
He wants to do readings too. He's been very present. He's been wanting to be on the camera for whatever reason lately. Please disconnect. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so I am complete. Thank you. Okay, so let me see. And let's see. Who else is coming through here? I'm just trying to keep up. Okay, so Jennifer, Vanita, Vanita would love a reading for her highest good.
Okay. Benita, while I'm shuffling, for some reason I'm being shown flowers for you, particularly baby's breath flowers. I don't know if that has any kind of resonance for you, but it keeps coming up while I'm shuffling. Okay. So I have the 10 of Wands and the 5 of Swords. And I also have the Lover's card kind of jumped out. And I was guided to pull an Oracle card, the Rose, for love. And the impression that I'm getting is that right now you might be feeling a bit almost as though there's a bit of a burden or a lot on your shoulders, particularly in a relationship sense, as though you might be carrying a real lot of the weight right now and there's a lot weighing on you. And when I asked for advice or guidance for you for your greatest good, the message that I got is for you to kind of pick and choose your battles right now, as though some things that you might want to like kind of not argue over, but fight over aren't worth it, because you might win, but it'll be kind of like for what though? If they're like you're being asked to be a little bit more mindful of where you place your energy and what it is that you kind of choose to focus on. The other impression that I get though is that it's important right now for you to kind of keep going. It feels as though you're working towards something and that you're encouraged to keep working towards that goal and keep fine tuning it and like just giving it more nurture, more of your attention. And also connecting, what I'm feeling is connecting to the energy of the rose right now to support you is what I'm feeling. So I hope that that resonates.
That's so powerful. And it's funny you're mentioning the flowers, and these are all earth element essences.
Yeah.
And Archangel Uriel Vanita came forward, and he quite literally said work with earth elements. So you cannot make this stuff up, right? So I just kind of wanted to kind of give you that confirmation of what Dawn is saying, to work with the earth elements. And when I connected to that essence of earth and what earth means, I felt as this essence of boundary setting as well. So kind of going back to what she mentioned about that, the carrying everything on your shoulders, like, no, having that boundary to say, this has to be an equal opportunity, right? Equal partnership type of relationship. So I felt very strongly that the word boundaries came through when the element of earth came through, because that when I've worked with earth, the earth element before, that was a big theme, that can potentially show up, is the boundaries. So I cannot express how the rose will be so powerful for you. Like, it's just, when Dawn said that, I just felt this, like, just like opening of all of my energy field, like, yes, work the rose, like that was kind of like almost like coming through as well, like that message of like, absolutely, that will be very helpful for you. So anyway, so I am complete, and that's all I have for you, Vanita. So I hope this helped you, my love. All right, so I am complete. And Jay Gonzalez didn't know that we were going to do readings. Surprise. So Jay wanted to be included on the list. So we're going to go ahead and go for a general Jay, unless you want to share anything else in here. And Vanita was saying, well, Jennifer said, oh, wow, I will definitely start using those crystals and color. Beautiful message. Thank you both so much. And Vanita said, yes, definitely some heaviness around family things. Great guidance, by the way, wearing fuchsia. Thank you. And after Jay, there is Morgan.
Okay. So for Jay Gonzalez, I'm actually being guided to look at something. Hold on one moment. I'm actually being guided to. Okay. So for some reason you're being guided before I get into the message. If you have the ability to actually work with Amazonite, which we had talked about earlier, for some reason your guides are really pushing this particular crystal and the energy of it for you. So there might be something that resonates with you there. The impression that I had was an element of sort of calming, soothing, and communication for you. Now, I was guided to pull an oracle card, and I got the Fool's Embrace, Transmuting Pain. It's a pretty powerful card. And the other, when I went to the tarot deck, Temperance jumped out, and so did the Two of Wands. And the impression that I'm getting is that right now you might be having a hard time staying patient. It feels as though there's uh, there's action that you want to take on something, but it's important that you're patient right now. And the message that I'm getting is that in the meantime, kind of while you're in this sort of waiting stage, to work through the emotions that you might be feeling. You know, if you are experiencing some pain, some grief, some trauma, to kind of work through it. And the feeling that I'm getting is to transmute it through your creativity and your expression, to kind of take that hurt, that pain, that frustration, and channel it into some sort of creative endeavor, art, something in that respect. What I'm also feeling is that you're at this point now where there's this new beginning where you can kind of you're sort of getting ready to expand on something, and now is the time where you start to plan and think about how you want this to unfold. And at some point you will be taking more action. But what I'm getting from your guides is that it's important that you don't just act without thinking, that you really want to just act and do this. But they're like, no, you have to plan a little bit more before you act. So that's why they want you to be a little patient right now, so that it can unfold more aligned to you and how you really want this to happen. So that's what I'm getting for you.
That's so powerful. And okay, so Jay, this is interesting because I was archangels didn't want to come through, but I got the message from your higher self because I was like, okay, well, what do you want me to do? Like, there was nothing on the Akashic records, so I was like, pull some cards. So I pulled a card, some cards for you, and compounding to what Dawn said, this is a time for you to really slow down and nourish your shadows, right? So this is the time for you to do this. And it's kind of like just that confirmation to go to do that deeper work that Dawn was mentioning as well, like that slow down. And I feel as if like almost like there's been a little bit of fear around that. And Spirit is basically telling you that you have everything that you need at this moment to do that, so just trust yourself that you're actually going to be able to resolve as you move through these energies. So I really want to invite you to just dive in into it, and kind of like that guidance that Dawn, um I feel like your higher self wanted to say this too, as a way of kind of like driving it home for you, like in a way, like like let kind of like extra confirmation. That is all I have for you. I am complete, and I'm disconnecting from your higher self now, so thank you. And then let us know in the comments how that resonated for you, and I hope that that helps you.
Yeah, that's a great deck, Jikara.
I love this deck. It's the animal app. I don't know how to say that word,
Oh yeah,
but
apothecary or
apothecary. Yes, thank you.
apothecary.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh my God, that's awesome. I
I
like
love this deck.
that.
I use it quite often. Actually, the energy is
Yeah.
excellent on this deck.
Yeah. Wow.
Um, so, okay, so I am complete. I am no longer connected to you, Jay. And do you think we have time for a couple more?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we got some new people here. I wanted to give them a chance to.
Yeah.
So Morgan was asking, she would like a reading if possible to look into a specific question, and she wanted to know if we could look into a connection that she has with someone named Jake. Jake, not Jake, Jake, and would greatly be appreciated.
Okay. Okay, so for for Morgan, I was first guided to go to an oracle card, and I got the Oak Tree Ancestors. Now, when I went to the tarot deck, the Lovers jumped out, but so did the Seven of Swords. And in your advice, I got the Emperor. What I'm feeling is that there is definitely a connection there. Probably I'm feeling past life or karmic. And the impression that I have is that there might not be total transparency in this connection with each other. And so to really trust your instinct with this and make sure that you feel as though you are okay with all the information you're getting, as though you do trust. Make sure that you are going in with your intuition with this. You're being asked to make sure that you have a good solid foundation for yourself and approach this relationship from a place of strength and confidence as well as empowerment, and to make sure that you yourself have like a sturdy, stable foundation in this. I will say, that being said, I'm feeling very, very strongly that this is Jikara's territory. She's kind of the queen of all things with relationships.
Relationships.
And yeah, so this is more her realm. So I'm going to bring this over to her, but that's what I have.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Dawn. I will compound into what you said, which is so on point as I was going through my charts here. So for those of you who don't know, I do clearings in the Akashic Record. So if you're here for the first time, one of the things that I focus on the most in my own life and just in general, where I help people with, is to bring awareness and the purpose between you and why someone comes into your life. So, so what I am going to do for you, Morgan, is I am going to walk through, I'm going to do kind of like a soft reading for you. And if you want to dive deeper with me, you're more than welcome to dive deeper with me in the future. But I will do a soft reading into finding out what is your soul relationship with this person. And then we will find out what is the purpose of them showing up into your life. Okay. If there's anything that needs to be cleared, I mean, I'm not going to be able to clear it right now, especially if there's any karmic programs, because then that will take me about an hour to do. And then obviously we don't want to do that right now, but I will go ahead and give you some answers in regards to your, the purpose at the soul level. So what I want to invite you to do, Morgan, is to really see this from the higher perspective. This is coming from the Akasha. This is coming from the soul level, okay? So what I'm going to be sharing with you is coming from the soul level, and it goes beyond this paradigm here that we live in. So try to open your heart, and I want to invite you to, if you want, you can place your hand on your heart space, take a deep breath in through your nose, just taking that deep cleansing breath in through your nose and send it into your heart space so that you can receive this message with an open heart, okay? All right. So when I connected to your higher self, I was given the information that this person is actually part of your soul family. He is actually a what I call a flame cousin. Whenever I talk about flame, if you ever heard about the term twin flame, just the flame, it means is the level of closeness that you have with that soul. So there is an essence when you probably first connected with this person, is that this feeling of like almost like feeling this familiarity that you can't shake off. And that's kind of like that confirmation that I want to give to you, that yes, at the soul level, there is that connection, right? Now, however, just because there is a connection and there's that, doesn't mean that there's no work to do. There's sometimes work to do that we have to do between us and the other person, and sometimes there's going to be a reason why these people come into our lives. One of the reasons why this person is coming into your life is to remind you of your joy, is to remind you to connect to your joy. So this can come in two different aspects. It can come in from a place of, teaching you that by showing you what joy is not, or it can be teaching you that by bringing joy into your life. So it can be either or. Okay. So one thing that I also see here is that we have connection cords that we have between each other. All of us have these cords of connection when we interact with other people. And what I see here at the soul level, right, there is so the cords that I'm mentioning right now, all of our cords are connected, but the ones that I'm going to mention are ones that need to be addressed, that are really there's issues, let's just say karmic issues. And one of the cords that came up was the solar plexus, which kind of ties into what Dawn said about, connecting, being sure of yourself and connected to that self-worth, and really being in that space of like just that beautiful empowerment of who you are and not losing yourself, right, in anything that has to do with connecting with others. Another thing that came through as well was the throat chakra, which today we're talking about the throat chakra. So if you came in here a little late, I want to invite you to watch the replay, because we were talking about how to heal your throat chakra with crystals. So this is like the perfect time for you to actually watch this. So I kind of wanted to mention that there is almost like this feeling as if there's some energy that keeps the kind of like truth from being there in that experience. So I want to invite you to really see beyond, again, beyond the, the veil of this experience, and understand that there's other experiences that you've had with the soul that are potentially affecting this connection between each other. Okay, so again, the purpose is to really connect to your joy, right? The other thing that I see here is that the energy qualities between you guys. So at the soul level, you are at the highest expression of your relationship with each other when you are in awareness of everything, of the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, all of it, right? And so when we can really be in that awareness, so we can make decisions based for our highest good, right? So you are in the highest expression when you are in awareness. So guess what? By coming here and receiving a message from us here, you are activating that awareness into your energy field. So that is a beautiful thing. So there's a reason why you're here. Spirit sent you here. So another thing that I wanted to mention as well is that there's some challenges here that I'm showing in regards to the present life. So there's the essence of illusion. What is illusion? Is sometimes the ego gets in the way of us being able to see clearly other people and see ourselves clearly. And sometimes it creates an illusion of like what's really, what's happening. It's almost like mirrors, right? So there is a challenge there. And again, this is karmic between you and this person. This is the reason why this person is showing up. Another challenge, of course, that came up here is the fact that there's cords that need to be cleared. So that's spirit is kind of like, kind of reconfirming that for us. And there's some contracts that need to be cleared between you guys. So this person came in with a contract to show you and to help you expand at the soul level, okay, into the awareness of yourself and others. So another thing that I see here is that in the current energy right now, I see that there is a need of acceptance, of seeing things clearly. And so I would say that would be something that you want to be aware of, is like accepting things as they are, and accepting yourself as you are, and accepting this person as they are. Just like really that deep acceptance is something that is being called by spirit. Again, I'm talking about the soul level, right? We're talking about inner work, and when we are here on this planet, when we're interacting with each other, we are doing also some soul work with each other. Okay, so that it goes beyond, right, beyond just the expression of what we want, but also the expression of why people show up in our lives, right? And I can go on about this, y'all, but I'm not gonna go into it too much because I don't want to go over time here. But what I wanted to say here is that there is some karmic stuff between you guys that you might benefit from clearing. You don't have to do that with me. I don't necessarily subscribe that I'm the only person in the world that can do this for you. You can go to your healer. You can get this done with anyone else, but I would suggest for you to do that. If you want to work with me, then you can go and go into my website and we can talk about it. But either way, I would do that for yourself, right? So when you do that, not just because of the other person, but really for you and your clarity and your awareness, and activating that highest expression of awareness in your life. Okay. So I hope that helped you, my love. And I am going to say I'm complete. And I'm going to disconnect from your higher self now. Thank you. I know I went a little bit over here. Sorry, Dawn.
No, it's great.
This is my jam, okay?
I know, this is your thing. I know. I knew right away. I was like, I don't even really need to pull cards. Jikara does this.
So this is my jam, y'all. So I love that. So anyway, I think we have one last person that wanted to ask a question. And that was Emily, and then we'll close it at that. Okay. So Emily, she said that will she ever own her own business? She wants to know. You're so very welcome, Morgan. My pleasure.
Okay, so Emily, I have the Queen of Swords, the Five of Coins, and the Magician. And I also pulled this Oracle card. It's rice, nourishment. And the impression that I'm getting is for you, when I ask like the likelihood of you owning your own business, what I'm getting is that, yes, if you learn to start honoring your boundaries, that you need to start honoring your boundaries and becoming a little bit like sharper with people, more direct with people, not being afraid to, like the throat chakra, use your voice, speak what's on your mind, say what you need to say. You need to be in a very embodied, very much in this leadership role, showcasing your intelligence and really standing up for yourself and what it is that you do and don't want. They're saying there's a way that you can be tactful and kind and compassionate, but still be in that leader role with your boundaries. When I ask for more advice for you then to get into this space with your own business, one of the things I'm getting from your guides is to get comfortable with feeling like you're on the outside looking in. Like it can be, what I'm getting is that the journey to getting the business is going to feel lonely at times. You're going to feel a bit like isolated because it's going to be a lot of hard work, the feeling that I'm getting. And it's not something, the impression that's almost like they're showing me like to be careful that you're not letting like friends and family like mingle into this in such a way, like that you're really going to have to be good with your boundaries, even if it means feeling shut out a bit, or on your own with this. They're saying that that's temporary, but it's important that you understand that. And the other advice is making sure that you are putting, uh, as much as you're putting into the business, you're also putting into yourself, caring for yourself. And they also want you to know that you absolutely have it, what it takes to manifest this and bring this in, that you already have everything that you need, like in terms of skill set, emotional level, mental, like everything that you need, you already have this within you to create it. So you can absolutely do this. And this is the advice that they're giving for you in order to help bring it to fruition. So I hope that that resonates.
And I'm gonna add to compound. Today I've been compounding on your readings.
I love it.
Archangels, the archangels have been on the in the house today. Like they are in the house. They're always in the house, but today they were talkative. They're like, we want to talk. Like that's we want to talk. It's like fine. So Archangel Zadkiel is coming forward for you, Emily, and there was two things that Archangel Zadkiel was mentioning here that is directly related to the belief, right? The belief that you can actually have your business. So the invitation here is to work on healing painful memories that keep you from actually stepping into that space of believing in yourself, right? And also releasing past wounds. So those were two things that that Archangel Zadkiel wanted to point out, that can potentially be the reasons why you've been holding back or been feeling that resistance. So he's kind of bringing this into your awareness so that you can take action towards that. So my recommendation to you, and I feel like he wants to work with you. So one thing that you can do is to invite him into your energy field, and when you meditate, but more so I feel that you are being invited to journal alongside with him so he can help you in that process of release. Okay. And I'm also being shown a mirror, so doing some mirror work as well. For you, I feel that, and I'm also inviting him to help you. And before you do the mirror work, one thing that I would recommend for you is to make sure that you clear the space. So make sure that you have like some sort of like sage or incense or something that's clarifying of the mirror. So clear the mirror up, because the mirrors do like accumulate energies. So like you clear the mirror up, and then I would recommend also, I'm feeling guided to tell you to put something protective on it, such as selenite and black tourmaline, while you're working with the mirror. Okay. And also call on Archangel Zadkiel. And then so when you do this, also I'm being called to tell you to work with self-love. So anything that has to do with self-love, as you're looking at yourself in the mirror. So connecting to soft pastel colors, like soft pastel pinks or lavenders, even connecting to lavender as you're moving through, because what I'm being guided to tell you is that you might feel upheaval as you're moving through these emotions when you do that work, especially if you do it constantly. So the lavender will help like kind of ground you and help with bringing the energy through, and not so harsh, if that makes any sense what I'm saying. But so anyway, so I kind of wanted to mention that. And being also guided to tell you to go back into the video that where Dawn was talking about the heart chakra, because this is a very heart chakra um, energy work that you will be doing for yourself. So believe that you can do this. You can do this 100%. You have the ability. And if you need additional support, that's what we're here for too. So you can, reach out to Dawn, or reach out to me, whoever, like whoever you resonate with, right? Like follow your heart, and what you feel aligned for you, right? And do that work. So as you do that, you will find that you will be able to align more and more with the message that your guides were saying through Dawn, which is you have everything that you need to actually ground that business. There's a reason why you are receiving these inspirations is because you are meant to be the one to do it. So remember that. So I'm complete. I'm gonna disconnect from your higher self now. Hi, Chris. And we're going to call it a day. We kind of went a little bit over today, so sacred boundaries here. Thank you so much, Dawn, for taking a little extra time.
Oh,
um,
absolutely, absolutely.
and yeah, and Emily, I'm so glad that this helped you, and
Yeah.
Morgan said it helped her as well. So
Right.
one last thing I want to say before you guys go: please go into Instagram. Dawn will most likely have an amazing grid for us to look at. So make sure that you go in there and check out the grid that she's going to be sharing with us, helping us heal our throat chakra. And so also, if you are feeling connected to connect with Dawn and do, she is a powerful healer. When I tell you, it's not enough for me to tell you, you got to experience it. Please go into healbydawn.com and book a session with her if you felt compelled. If any of the things that we said felt like, oh my gosh, like I need some additional work, and please do reach out. Okay. That's what we're here for. This is what we do. We do this because we want to help you and support you. And this is your first time, please subscribe to this channel. Also, make sure that you like and share this video. There's so much goodness in this video that can be shared. So sharing is caring, y'all. So share this video and like it, so we let the algorithm know that this is a video worthy of being seen by other people who might be looking for this stuff. And if you want to work with me, also, or if you want to find out what else I have going on, you can go into my website, thebloominglotushealing.com, and sign up for my email list. And you can also go into my Instagram, so which is the Blooming Lotus Healing. So basically, the Blooming Lotus Healing on Instagram, and you can follow me there. And just so you know when and what is coming next. Next week, we're going to have Maurice Sinclair coming back, and he is going to be talking about mediumship. So if you're interested in finding out how to connect to your superpowers, your psychic powers, because yes, you have them, then I want to invite you to come back next week. We're going to have some juicy conversations about mediumship. So thank you again, everyone. And Dawn, do you have anything else you want to share?
No, thank you all so much for coming. I always have so much fun, and thank you, Jikara. I loved this so much.
I'm so happy to have you. So stay tuned, y'all, because we still have some more chakras to heal alongside with Dawn. So make sure that you come back, and so that you can find out when Dawn is coming next. So thank you, everyone. I love y'all. Namaste.